If you've ever thought about investing in real estate and didn't know where to start, it usually starts with just one house.
Thinking about moving to DeSoto County, Mississippi? You're in the right place. I'm Jaime Ross, broker and owner of local agency Realty Group, and I help people navigate their next move, whether they're locating to the area, moving across town, upsizing, downsizing, or building their dream home. On this channel, we break down everything you need to know, from neighborhoods and home values to surrounding communities and what it's really like to live here. So if you're planning your next move, this is exactly where you want to be. Let's get into it. Well, hello, Destin.
Hey.
Welcome in. It's good to see you today.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, so what have you been up to?
Spring breaks, I'm a teacher during the day, and by night, I'm a realtor.
Awesome. All right, so you got any flips going?
Not currently. Nothing residential working right now.
Okay, all right. But how many flips you ended up doing last year?
I think I ended up doing 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were they all residential?
They were not. Some commercial.
Okay, awesome. Today's episode, we're going to focus on residential real estate investment.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking to people that may be thinking about getting in the game, whether they're going to, buy and hold or flip and resell. And so since you seem to be the queen of
I don't know about
flipping, how'd you come in to give these people some good tips and pointers?
Yeah, so the first step is saying yes and taking that leap of faith. I would say find the right realtor that has history in investing and then decide your location, because that's huge.
Yeah.
And then decide a budget.
Yeah. What about, one of the most important things that I hear people ask me about is like, how do you finance it? Like, where do you get your income? Where do you get your money from?
So I always tell my investors, make sure you have liquid money saved up, but also you need to have a relationship with your banker. You need someone that you can call. You can always do a construction to perm or a construction loan, a renovation loan. There's options out there as long as you have that relationship.
Yeah, relationships are king. King. Where do you like to look for your flips?
So I do a lot in Tate County.
Okay.
Hernando obviously is great. Heavy residential rentals is going to be Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch. There's a good bit in Hernando that's going to be priced a little higher. So Tate County is great right now.
Okay. Has your strategy mostly been buy and hold or flip and resell?
Buy and hold.
Okay. So how many rentals are you up to?
We have like 15 in Tate County.
Wow.
And all of them are in Tate County. If I do any in Hernando, DeSoto County, we flip and sell.
Okay. So everything in DeSoto County has been flip and resell. This is great. Why have you made that decision?
Well, we've gotten lucky finding price per square foot. And you can have a little bit more fun in DeSoto County, put a little bit more into it, which is what I love to do. And as long as you have that price per square foot, you can flip and sell.
Yeah. Okay. So once you've identified a property, what's the next step? You got it under contract and everything. You sold. You've closed on it. You own the property. What's the first thing that you do?
So the first thing I do when I own the property, day one, as soon as we close, we get our crew in there and we start gutting it, whatever we're gutting.
Yeah.
I mainly look for cosmetic upgrades, things that you can do quickly within a couple of weeks, because the faster you can get it on the market, the faster you can make money.
So how long do you try to hold it? How long is your renovation process usually?
Less than 2 months.
Okay. That's good to know, because part of the cost factor is that holding costs. So paying the utilities for 2 months, if you borrowed money, you got interest and you got, mortgage payments or however you're doing it, insurance costs, all of those things.
That's when it's really good to have a relationship with an insurance agent. You need a roofer, you need all of those people, or you need an agent that has access to those people.
So what are some of the common mistakes that you see for investors?
They fall in love with the property. And they what is the word I'm looking for? They over-improve the home. When you really just need to focus on paint, kitchens, bathrooms, floors. Obviously, you want it to have good structure. You want the roof to be in working order, HVAC to be in working order, everything to be good to go there, because those are your big ticket items. If those are good, focus on making it look clean and new.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so once you find a couple properties that you're thinking about buying, how do you decide what your offer is going to be? I mean, are you going in at full list price? I mean, maybe if it's listed, correctly based on the condition, but
So
how do you off the cuff just say, I'm going to spend $50,000 on this?
Well, that's a great question. You need to make sure that your budget fits what it's going to cost to renovate when you go in. You have to know what the houses are selling for in that area. The price per square foot is key. You can't go over that, or you're not going to make any money back. So you go in. I get my crew to come in and meet me there. They give me an estimate on what it'll cost and on what I want to do. You add that to your offer price, and that's how we get it to where we want it.
Okay. Are you typically looking for, I think you said this already, so you're looking for mostly houses that are structurally sound. They're really pretty good houses. They just need a lot of cosmetic updates.
Yeah, and the last one we did, we actually finished out an upstairs. We added an HVAC, did the roof and everything.
Oh, so you added square footage.
We added square footage, and we came out on top. We were able to price it, sell it pretty quickly.
Okay, that's very good. Now, let's talk about like where to spend your money in a house, because I know the key things you said was flooring, paint, bathrooms, kitchens. I think lighting.
Lighting, 100%.
Yeah. And then obviously making sure the house is just sound. So it's got good wood on the outside, everything's in good order, good roof, good HVAC, but how do you prioritize, those items when maybe the budget's not going to go? It's maybe you got in there and you found something, so now you got to restructure that budget.
So that actually happened in the last flip that we did.
Okay.
I always start with the kitchen because that is where the majority of people spend their time. So I start with countertops because that's going to be your most expensive. And then I go from countertops to cabinets, and cabinets hopefully can either be sanded, stained, or painted.
Okay.
I don't focus on the backsplash just yet because they can always add that later down the road. And then after that's done, I look at the lighting in the kitchen. What can I fix? You can buy fixtures on Amazon.
I know.
So as long as they look good,
yes,
and then you can change out knobs. Those are cheap ways to add a lot of bang for your buck. Once the kitchen is done, I go into the bathroom. So the last house, what happened is I really, really wanted to change out the bathtub, but the faucets were old and there was nothing compatible with them. So you would have to go into the walls, cut out sheetrock. So I automatically knew that I couldn't do what I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I ended up painting them with some exterior paint, and it worked. And told the homeowner that this is what you'll have to do if you ever want to change out the bathtubs and the showers.
Yeah, yeah. Now I hear a lot of investors that they have kind of like a standard plan. So do you have a standard plan, like your go-to colors, your go-to flooring, your go-to countertops, all those things?
Yeah. Okay. So my husband and I, we use tricorn black in almost everything we do. I love evergreen fog. It's one of my favorites. I like pure white. I like Sophie white, cotton white, any of the whites. I actually can't think of the white that I use all the time. Alabaster, yeah.
Because Destin and I actually have the same favorite colors, like the black, the evergreen fog, and the alabaster.
Alabaster white.
Yeah, this is alabaster.
Yeah, and what I knew it.
This is not evergreen. This is Ross green. This is a custom color.
Oh, yeah. You have your own green.
I have my own green.
I love it.
Yeah.
So something else that made me think about when I looked at this wall, this is a way to add detail that's not that expensive.
Right.
And it makes it look high-end.
Yes.
So anytime you can do a little focus wall.
Yeah. And I remember you did that on your last flip house.
And it looked so good. I swear that's what sold it.
Yeah. Oh, a statement. She absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah. All right, so let's just give a piece of advice to this first-time investor. They've never done it before. They're scared to death. They're not sure they're ready to take that risk. What can you tell them?
Okay, so first and foremost, make sure you're working with an agent that you trust. Make sure that they will stick with you through the rehab and everything. And then location. Make sure you have that location budget. Should already be a no-brainer. You should have that budget locked in. Once you find the realtor, the agent, and location, jump in. It's fun. Get your first one under your feet, and then you're good.
If you've been thinking about getting into the real estate game with investments, reach out to local agency Realty Group, and we'll be happy to hold your hand all the way through not only the procurement, of the property to help you with the renovation and help you sell it. If you're thinking about making a move anywhere around DeSoto County, Mississippi, my team at Local Agency Realty Group would love to help. You can call, text, or message us anytime. And if this video has helped you better understand the area, make sure you hit subscribe. I share new videos regularly to help you navigate living and moving to this market. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.